Up, y'all? Exodus 1, aka Indigo Sky, aka Trigger Ranking. Y'all already know who it is. The Trigger Man himself. I want y'all to like, subscribe, share. Definitely a notification bell. If you like to support the channel, Cash App in the description of this video. If you like to follow me on any other platform, everything on top of the description of my channel. With that being said, let's go. Hold on, y'all. Hold on.
You are watching a master at work. You are watching a master at work.
Hold on. Alright, y'all. Alright, y'all. Hold on.
You are watching a master at work.
Alright, y'all. So let's go.
Allegedly reveal a scheme by Epstein to get.
So the video we're reacting to right now is Law and Crime, and they saying something about 300 names being dropped in these files.
Close to Musk's brother, Kimball, and even tried to hire a woman for him. Like, you have this email from an Epstein associate, Boris Nikolic, to Epstein in 2012 that says, just talk to Kimball. His actual birthday is on Thursday night, although his party is on Saturday. Kimball, Elon, and few of their closest friends will go out that night. I told him that you will join us as well. Also, I told him that you are coming with Redacted and that he might want to ditch his ex or current to be. He said yes and is looking so much forward. So please prepare Redacted. She might like Elon as well. And then you see how Epstein even tried to seemingly leverage that to get close to Elon Musk, where Epstein wrote Musk in one message, I will be in New York for next week. We'll see your brother in his new romance. And of course, you have people like Bill Gates, Microsoft's founder, already well established that he had a connection to Epstein. There are photos of him in connection to Epstein. I talked about this in a previous sidebar. It was reported that there was this bizarre email where Epstein alleged that Gates needed medication to treat an STI from having sex with Russian girls. Bill Gates is denying all of this. But anyway, giving you an idea about the big names. So what about the other names? Now I'm going to give you the caveat that is laid out by Pam Bondi in her letter. It says, quote, names appear in the files released under the acts in a wide variety of contexts. For example, some individuals had extensive direct email contact with Epstein or Maxwell, while other individuals are mentioned only in a portion of a document, including press reporting that on its face is unrelated to the Epstein and Maxwell matter.
A Christian since birth, yet you've never read through the entire Bible? If that makes you even a little embarrassed, download BitBible right now and complete reading through the entire Bible.
All matters. Like, for example, you might have somebody like Elvis Presley, obviously no connection to Jeffrey Epstein, but then you get a Prince Andrew, who we, by the way, talked about extensively in another episode of Sidebar where we talked about the royals' connection to Epstein. So that is what I want to provide context and explanation for, because listing these out, people might jump to conclusions, but let me try to explain it. So, for example, a name like rock singer Janis Joplin, you know why she's in there? She was referenced.
Talking about Epstein. We talking about the files. We talking about the files, bro. We talking about the files, man.
You are watching a master at work.
In a mass email that BCC'd Jeffrey Epstein, and in the email listed music of the week. Quote, Janis Joplin, Big Brother and the Holding Company, Piece of My Heart. Seemingly innocuous, although interesting because there appears to be a redacted line underneath this sentence. What about Nirvana's Kurt Cobain? Why is he in there? So in an informational email that was sent to Epstein from popular in your network, info@twitter.com, one of the things it seems to recommend for him is an article remembering Kurt Cobain on the 22nd anniversary of his death. It says,
somebody said something about Trump. I couldn't even understand what they were saying, but yeah. I don't know. Somebody said something about Trump.
It's not like Joplin or Cobain were somehow connected to Epstein. Again, wouldn't even make sense given the time frame. And then you have somebody like former President Barack Obama, where from what I could see, it was just a lot of articles about Obama in the files release, like news articles. I didn't find any direct ties between Epstein and the former president. Same kind of thing with Bruce Springsteen. Mentions of him are about tickets and concerts and email blasts. So as you go through this list, and maybe you're going to go on the DOJ's library yourself, just keep that in mind. But what about somebody like actor George Clooney? Now this is interesting because on one hand, you have Clooney mentioned in certain aspects. Like there was an email sent to Jeffrey Epstein in 2011 saying, quote, "Reminder, today is the day Peggy was hoping you could be in Venice with her for the Clooney opening. Pacino to be there," seemingly in reference to Al Pacino. Now Peggy seems to be in reference to Peggy Siegel, big-time publicist, frequent communication with or about Epstein. We mentioned this before, but there was an allegation that she even tried to do damage control for Epstein when all these allegations were coming out. But then you have this email titled Toronto Film Festival. This is back in 2009 from Peggy Siegel to Epstein, where it says, "Had a great time in Toronto, saw everyone, George Clooney, Michael Douglas, Jeffrey Rush, Drew Barrymore, etc.
I don't know.
Saw all studio execs, more important." How about this one from Siegel to Epstein from 2011? "This email to George Clooney gives you an idea how successful my Venice trip was. Accomplished so much. Hung and discussed their work with George Clooney, Kate Winslet, Keira Knightley, Colin Firth, Al Pacino, on and on. We have working on all the hot films. Have to write my story now. Miss you. Want to see you when in New York City. XOXO Peggy." So not really sure what to make of that, unless, of course, she's just sharing with him her exploits, or, he likes being involved or connected to the rich and powerful and wants to make connections, and she might be the conduit. I don't know. But then there's this one we got to talk about. So someone writes Epstein in 2010.
I don't know. They got. I don't know. Y'all got some bullshit going on in the chat. I don't know what's going on. Like you look like. House arrest? What are you talking about? Like house arrest to do what? Bruh, I ain't did nothing. We got people calling me niggers in here. They go nigger. They call me a nigger. A nigger. Oh, yeah, all right. All right, keep texting, bro. All right, I gotta use the bathroom, man. Just keep texting. I'm a nigga. Yeah, keep doing that, folks. Oh yeah, we all in jail. We on this earth. The planet is the planet Earth is a jail. If you don't know, planet Earth is a jail. If you don't know
Quote,
that,
"Can I have a muse same as George Clooney? In fact, what about George Clooney?" Epstein writing back, "In your present position, it should be George
I don't
Clooney."
know.
Now at the bottom of the emails,
The dude keep spelling nigger or whatever. I don't know. Nigger. I don't know what's up.
it says Peter Mandelson Somebody we've talked about before, the British politician who came under a lot of fire for emails that surfaced with him and Epstein, particularly celebrating and congratulating him when he was released from prison after his conviction on Florida state charges of solicitation of prostituting a minor. That's a little weird.
Man, I'm about to play one of my beats right quick. Y'all want to hear the beat? That's my ice cream truck beat. Ice cream.
Then you have this email too from Epstein to someone back in 2014 with the subject line, Clooney in Copenhagen, quote, now I know Copenhagen has interesting girls. Ask Gianni if you should see agencies on his behalf. This is what Epstein writes back. So I don't know what to make of these Clooney emails per se, but the actor has never been accused or implicated in wrongdoing in connection with Jeffrey Epstein. But obviously I gotta mention this. And then you got these notable people that have a more direct connection with Epstein, like actor Chris Tucker. Okay, you have this email from 2013 that reads, Chris Tucker will be stopping by to see J.E. sometime before his show tonight. No exact time was given. And we already know there were photos of Tucker in connection with Epstein, like there's one with him and Ghislaine Maxwell that has been circulated quite a bit. What about Jay-Z? So Jay-Z presents an interesting one to follow. There is a 2019 FBI crisis intake memo where someone back in July of 2019 apparently called the FBI Operations Center to identify herself as a victim of sexual abuse by Jeffrey Epstein and others. And later on it says, quote, in approximately 1996, redacted...
This is 4 hours ago, y'all.
Resided with redacted in redacted. An unknown man abducted redacted from her home when she later awoke in the presence of Harvey Weinstein and Sean Carter, Jay-Z, while Weinstein had, and I'm not going to be too graphic here, sexually abused her. Redacted believed she was in Epstein's mansion in Florida. Weinstein, of course, is the disgraced movie producer who was convicted of sex crimes. But I will tell you, this is very similar to a range of tips that authorities were receiving in the wake of Epstein's allegations that were potentially never corroborated. I mean, we discussed the same thing multiple times on previous episodes of Sidebar regarding the unsubstantiated sexual abuse allegations against President Trump, too. Just something to keep in mind. But names like Harvey Weinstein, not a great connection. Neither is Bill Cosby, okay? He, too, is mentioned in the Epstein files. Like, this email to Epstein from 20...
Damn. Yeah, Cosby and the Epstein files, this shit crazy, bro.
13, quote, Rich Barnett ran into Mr. Cosby's houseman on 71st Street. The houseman said, unfortunately, Mr. Cosby will be out west somewhere in California when you're holding the dinner on the 23rd. Otherwise, he would have loved to come. So this idea that Epstein just loved to be... affiliated and associated with the rich and famous, and as we know, Cosby would later be accused and go to trial on sexual assault claims. This one was surprising. Former TV show personality Dr. Oz, who's an official in the current Trump administration. So there is an email from 2016 from Mehmet and Lisa Oz, that's his wife. And now remember, this is after Epstein's conviction on solicitation of prostitution charges of a minor. And this email is to Epstein, and it is actually an invite to Mehmet and Lisa Oz's Valentine's celebration. How about this one? Sent to Epstein in 2010. Rudy Giuliani could see you tomorrow, either at 12 or at 4:45. I'm not sure what time you arrive tomorrow, but I'm thinking the 4:45 is better. Again, have to make the caveat. Just because he was invited places or had meetings with places doesn't mean these people are guilty of anything, okay? Why is Robert De Niro listed? Well, Epstein receives an email in 2013 that reads, Hi, Jeffrey. Called redacted, but she never called back. Have been seeing redacted once in a while. Have lots to tell you. Call me when you, I think it says, set up coffee deal with De Niro. Launched in Whole Foods under Grace of Rwanda. Best, Jonathan. So maybe trying to meet Robert De Niro, possibly another De Niro. There are more back there, though, too. So you go back to Peggy Siegel. How about this one? 2017. Jeffrey, I'm volunteering to help the New York Film Society of Lincoln Center with their spring gala called the 44th Annual Chaplin Awards. honoring Robert De Niro on May 8th. The presenters include Whoopi Goldberg, Meryl Streep, Martin Scorsese, Ben Stiller, and Harvey Keitel. See attached invite. I need to talk to you about the possibility of you buying a table that I can fill with movie stars, and hopefully you can attend. Now, Epstein was also on an email blast from an account that was set up for Jane Rosenthal and Robert De Niro back in 2015 regarding which the actor helped to found. But as you'll see, it's just an example of his connections to powerful people. While I couldn't find, let's say, a direct email between Robert De Niro and Jeffrey Epstein, let's talk about Mark Zuckerberg for a second, okay? Facebook. How about this message? Quote, Leslie thanks. The things I discussed with Jeffrey were for he and Woody, seemingly Woody Allen, to visit Mark Zuckerberg at Facebook or for Mark to join them at dinner. I've sent Mark the options and I'm waiting to hear back. How about this? Andrea, could you also please pass along the below link to Mark from Jeffrey? Thanks. Again, this is Leslie, Jeffrey Epstein's assistant. How about this one? Here are the details for the Sunday dinner. Attendees are, and it lists out Mark Zuckerberg, Peter Thiel, Jeffrey Epstein. There are more names on there too.
Kom nicht, kom ni som l'orel, que les clubs connectent, comme le santé, tabaris kinkel, que me reste.
Getting into the political space, seems at the very least Epstein was kind of keeping a careful eye on the Democratic politician out of New York. He was forwarded an article about the rising star in 2013. Epstein also received an email, could be an email blast. It says, Dear Jeffrey, I hope you received an invite to the party that Congressman Hakeem Jeffries this Wednesday night in Manhattan. Comptroller-elect Scott Stringer.
Hey, what up? What up, bro? What up? What up? Hey, my homeboy. We got my homeboy in here. What up? Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Okay. I let it get old.
We'll be leading the celebrations and what promises to be a great night. Again, didn't find any direct connection or direct email between Hakeem Jeffries and Jeffrey Epstein. What about George Soros, the investor? Email sent to Epstein in 2011. Thank you, just landed in New York, was terrific. Okay. Flew over your island, coming back from Necker to St. Thomas. George Soros and Richard Branson loved your question about dictators hiding money. Amazon.
We got a good comment in here. Appreciate that. Thank you so much. We gotta give you an applause. Appreciate that.
On founder Jeff Bezos. You have this email from 2018 to Jeffrey Epstein where it reads, Jeff Bezos at SMU Friday, worth seeing if I'm not still sick? Epstein replies, yes, you can say hello from me. So was there a connection between Bezos and Epstein? Also this one, from Peggy Siegel to Epstein in 2009. Just left Ghislaine's townhouse after party for film. Bill Clinton and Jeff Bezos were there. Gene Pagoni, director, millionaire, etc. So you can see his connections in some way, but I will say the names that really prove to be pivotal and come up a lot are people like Leon Black, the investor and former CEO of Apollo Global Management. So for example, there's
Bro, I own my own home. I don't need a retirement home. I got nurses that could come to my home.
Email from May 26, 2023. The names are redacted, but the subject line is e-notes, trafficking, Leon Black call. And this apparently is a call with Gian Christensen from Wigdort LLP. This is a law firm. And this firm actually at one point represented a woman who claimed she was raped by Leon Black, but they eventually wanted to withdraw from the case. And anyway, the email states, quote, Leon Black, Wall Street person, 72 or 71 years old now, founded the largest private equity global fund that exists today.
Somebody said I had corny sound effects.
Wait a minute! Who are you?
Very powerful. Got a call from victim woman who said that she heard about lawsuit against Black. Victim said Black raped her around 20 years ago, 2001 or 2002, in Epstein's townhouse. Victim described it, felt pain on massage table with head on floor and legs on his shoulders, excruciating. Spoke with redacted at Manhattan DA's office. Substance abuse problems in 1990s, preyed on by Epstein, gave massages to Epstein and Black for money. Another claim. Minor victim at Epstein's townhouse and was told to give Leon Black a massage. Violent.
Somebody said, where I buy my clothes from? Where do I buy my clothes from? I buy my clothes from everywhere, like everywhere. The hell? Yeah, I buy my clothes from everywhere, bro. Like, I got clothes from all over the place. I can't even tell you, bro. I couldn't even tell you where I buy all my clothes from. I got clothes from everywhere, bro. I done gave a little Mexican man some money for a jacket, but that motherfucker fires here. Like, I put it on right now, y'all be like, what the hell? Yeah, that's how we be doing it out here, bro. Like, yeah, I got real shit going on. Somebody said those lips. I hope that's a woman's talking about that shit. And then like this nigga name, I don't know. Don Quan, I don't know if that's a woman or not, but yeah, I'm gonna need you to be a woman talking about my lips and shit. I don't know what's your daddy mouth do? What's your daddy mouth do, nigga? Fuck, nigga, fuck all my motherfucking chat, nigga. Yeah, what your daddy mouth do, nigga? Your daddy should have swallowed you. Not your mama should have swallowed you. Your daddy. Your daddy should have swallowed you. Somebody said, Go work. Work. Go work where? This is my job right here, nigga. Nigel. I don't know. I don't know what's going on in the chat right now, y'all. I'm just trying to see what's going on, y'all. Like, hey, I appreciate y'all, man. Thank y'all, man. Hey, y'all want to play some music? If y'all want to play some music, put a one in the chat. I'll play my music. We'll get this shit. We'll get this shit cranked up in here. If y'all want to hear me play my music, put a one in the chat. One. Put a one. We'll get it cranked up in here. Somebody put a 7. Like, what? Like, man, come on, bro. Cut it out, bro. Somebody put a 7. I'm finna just keep doing my thing, bro. Fuck it. Okay. Boom.
Raped by Black. 16 years old when raped by Black. Epstein and Black used to talk about victim and described her as being 10. They knew about her. Redacted. And when you couple those allegations with emails apparently showing Epstein associates arranging meetings between him and Black, I mean, there's one, Leon Black will come see J.E. tomorrow at 10 a.m. He may want breakfast. Please be prepared. It doesn't look good. And while Black's lawyer, Susan Estrich, previously denied the allegations, for example, saying in a statement, Mr. Black asked for an independent investigation of relationship with Epstein. The Detchert law firm investigated and reviewed more than 60,000 documents, interviewed more than 20 people, and concluded that Mr. Black paid Epstein for estate planning and tax advice, and that he had no awareness of Epstein's criminal activities. There was still fallout. Black reportedly left Apollo in 2021 after a lot of questions came up about his relationship with Epstein, although he said it was for health reasons. But how about this? You at a school photography company known as LifeTouch came under a lot of scrutiny recently because it turns out its parent company, Shutterfly, was owned by Apollo. Again, where Black worked. So the concern is you're storing all these photos of kids. They put out a statement on their website on February 10th saying LifeTouch is not named in the Epstein files. The documents contain no allegations that LifeTouch itself was involved in or that student photos were used in any illicit activities. And it also should be noted that Apollo wasn't linked to Shutterfly and LifeTouch until September of 2019, so this is 1 month after Epstein died. By the way, Black has never been charged with a crime in connection with these allegations. But also another person I got to talk about, Richard Branson, okay, the billionaire founder of Virgin Group. Now, his association with Epstein was already quite known, considering the two were photographed together. But let me just expand upon that, because you can see so many emails exchanged between the two or trying to connect the two. Like you have this one from 2013 to Jeffrey Epstein that reads, Richard Branson is unable to come to your island because he has guests, but he wants to extend an invitation to you for lunch on Sunday. Dean Kamen and Greg Weiler will be going as well to this lunch. Or how about this one from November 2013, where Epstein writes to Branson's assistant, I can send heli or meet anywhere. And Branson's assistant replies, Hi, Jeffrey. If Richard comes to you for lunch, would he have to go through immigration and customs on St. Thomas? Is there a quick way of getting through? And then you have direct communications, like this one from Branson to Epstein in September of 2013. Dear Jeffrey, it was really nice seeing you yesterday. The boys in water sports can't stop speaking about it. Anytime you're in the area, we'd love to see you, as long as you bring your harem. I think if Bill Gates was willing to say that you've been a brilliant advisor to him, that you slipped up many years ago by sleeping with a 17-and-a-half-year-old woman and were punished for it, that you've more than learnt your lesson and have done nothing that's against the law since, and yes, as a single man, you seem to have a penchant for women, but there's nothing wrong with that. Anyway, something along those lines. So I have to make the argument, is that seemingly in relation to his conviction, right? A way to rehabilitate his image to get more business? Maybe. That he had any involvement in Epstein's wrongdoing, that his meetings with him were limited to group or business settings, and that he cut off ties with Jeffrey Epstein after they, quote, uncovered serious allegations. And by the way, in a statement, Branson's company says, had they had the full picture information, there would have been no contact whatsoever. Richard believes that Epstein's actions were abhorrent and supports the right to justice for his many victims. What about United States Secretary of Commerce Howard Lutnick? I'm sure you heard his name in the news recently. So this is Epstein's former neighbor. He has been taking a lot of heat recently. over his connection to Epstein. See, the problem for Lutnick is the files seem to show he was in contact with the convicted felon years after he claimed he cut off contact with him. Like you have this one from Lutnick, Epstein, I believe in 2018. Are you aware as to them building to block our park views? What should we do about it? Time is of the essence. There appears to be an invitation to Epstein from Lutnick asking him to attend a Hillary Clinton fundraiser in 2015. You have this email from Epstein's assistant in 2017. Hello, Amanda. Jeffrey Epstein will be contributing to the UJA Wall Street dinner honoring Howard Lutnick. Can you please provide an address to where we can FedEx a check to? Whose attention? Anything else we should know? And how about these from 2012? An email from Lutnick to Epstein. Hi, Jeff. We're landing in St. Thomas early Saturday afternoon and planning to head over to St. Bart's and Willa on Monday at some point. Where are you located? What's the exact location for my captain? Does Sunday evening for dinner sound good? I have another couple, Michael and Marcy Lehrman, with me on my boat, and each of us has 4 children, 2 16s, 2 4...
Too loud? Not loud enough? Never again will this be a problem. Precise volume gives you up to 1,000 volume steps so that your music can sound perfect. Also, there is a fully functional equalizer and
Trapmore gang, we've heard a lot of theories days about
What's up, y'all? We reacted to Trapmore Ross, originated by Trap Lord Ross. Y'all already know what it is.
Jeffrey Epstein, his death, okay, the idea that he deleted himself whilst in prison, and there's been a lot of people saying that maybe he's actually not dead. Maybe he's actually swanning off around the world. He's still engaging in his pattern of abuse. Maybe he jetted off to some remote island, not that island, but he managed to lay low and actually escaped justice. Now, interestingly enough, there is now a new theory going around that suggests that the alleged madam, okay, the female demon that was apparently running the strings and helping Epstein groom some of these girls and managing the whole portfolio of debauchery, Ghislaine Maxwell, they're saying that actually, now she's apparently serving a 20-year sentence in prison for being part of this operation, apparently had no clients. Now people have actually begun to notice in her recent appearances, there's some facial features that don't quite add up. They're saying that doesn't look like the same Ghislaine Maxwell that we saw in the media a few decades ago when she was part of this whole ring. And now they're saying maybe it's not even actually her in prison serving the sentence. Maybe they put in a stooge or a patsy, and someone else might actually be serving this sentence for her. Now, it sounds outrageous, sounds like cap, but the proof is actually quite compelling. So in this video, we're going to explain to you some of the theories that Ghislaine Maxwell is actually not really the one serving this 20-year sentence in prison. And I'm also going to tell you the whole story of her this depraved and disgusting life, the origins of her father, and the rumors that he was a bit of a Jeffrey Epstein in his own sort of way. And I think it's going to blow your mind, honestly. Like I'm somewhat convinced, okay, that this situation is not quite as it seems. So to start off, right, I want to show you some of the theories that are going around that basically suggest, okay, that maybe it's not Ghislaine Maxwell who is actually serving that time in the pen. This is going around, right? Anomalous evidence. Let's join. Why did Maxwell's hairstyle suddenly change in prison from the long hair she had 5 months ago, August 2025, to make her look more like...
I thought she had short hair from the beginning, but I mean, I might be wrong, but I thought she had
was
short hair
before
from the
entering
beginning.
prison. We are being played. And this says, this is basically a video of people basically kind of breaking down how her appearance has suspiciously changed, all right, in the last few appearances of her that have been going around. So let's just take a little look at this. I want to line this up perfectly and actually see everything. I will read it to you. I don't know if we need the music, but this basically says, can someone explain why Maxwell's hair suddenly changes from her photo below to the hairstyle she was publicly photographed having to have the time before she was in prison? So let's look at this. Let's look at the breakdown. So they're suggesting that the nose shape is off. She's had a nose job in prison. She's had a chin. She's had a class job. Whatever that surgery clavicula's talking about, he's going to get done to his chin, right? She's had that done as well, apparently. And, whole new chin, new me, new sentence, new cell, right? It's not really making too much sense. They're saying, how is she suddenly looking completely different? kind of does look like a different person. I'm not going to lie to you. Does look very different. Okay. Now let's hear what people are saying in the comments. saying RFK. Look into Steve Blannon's flood the zone with shit concept. Saying scapegoats, only the rich get them. Says she's 64. Odds are we should be able to see grey hairs. Why is her hair so dark? Is she dyeing her hair while imprisoned? And it says, well, she is at a minimum security luxury prison. There was a whistleblower who came forward who said Maxwell was getting preferential treatment, which included custom meals, staff catering to her, after hours access to the gym, private comms, etc. The prison she's nicknamed in is Club Fed. She may be confined to the facility, but she's not really being punished in the same manner as your typical inmate. So more people are pointing out some of the lovely benefits that she gets as part of this prison stay at Club Fed. Okay, they're basically saying, just to add, she gets a puppy to play with in there. When a fellow inmate openly complains about the perks she was getting, that inmate was moved to an even harsher prison, sending a warning to the rest of the inmates, and the warden also complained about her being a bitch. Not who helped our word about 1,200 underage women, girls, underage women, that's not really a thing, and the crimes that we know about. This is what Israel gets you. I don't know, I mean, listen, we're going to have to look into that a little bit more. Saying, did she join a Korean esports team recently? Saying, bro, this Japanese guy is not Maxwell. I will tell you this, if I were in her place and having all that shit come out about me, I would not want to keep my previous look because I do not want the public to associate me with my previous life. And you got to bring more awareness to it. People saying, what? Haircut, this is a different chin. Her hair color doesn't match. Chin looks flat and not pointy. I'm saying it's the nose for me, does not look the same at all. And it says noses can get bulbous with age and weight gain, but they don't become shorter. You also don't go from having hooded eyes to not having hooded eyes. Usually eyes become more hooded as you age. The opposite seems to have happened here. I remember seeing this photo on the news and I immediately went, that is a totally different person, specifically because of her nose and eyes. But they fix the ears, so you have to cut the hair to show them to the conspiracy theorists. She is not in jail. Yeah, I think the real one, they might have got rid of her, right? She's in...
Yo, it's me, Yolanda. We just leveled up. Global Yo right in your hand. The eSIM shop, now easier than ever. Wherever you go, you'll stay online. Always.
She's in prison. She's not in jail, she's in prison, right? So, apparently nobody also noticed the eyebrows. Women over 60s don't magically develop thick, dark eyebrows all of a sudden, especially when they've been plucked thin for decades. So she's at the Salon Spa Club Med Prison, switching up the look. Oh, that's a senorita from Texas, and Lady GM is with Jeffrey Epstein in Big I, Big L. I don't know. Big I. I think they mean Israel. All right, we're not doing all that, but yeah, I guess that's what they're referring to. Big I, right? Okay, nice. So, bro, this Japanese dude is Maxwell. This is the same comment that's been pasted. Look closely at the glasses. I think the new one might be AI generated.
I don't know, bro. All this shit is just super weird to me. I don't know what's going on. This is just, I don't know. This is just something different to me. Like, I don't,
As she might have spent a week or two in jail when they got her away ready. He's with Jeffrey Epstein doing the same stuff they've always been doing. It's crazy. Right, it's crazy. Whether this is jizz stain or not, the person's hair is shorter. It's about a week. Whether or not this is jizz stain or not, hang on. This person's hair is shorter is about as weak an argument as possible. Point to delta that cannot be easily explained away. She went to the prison barber, which one would expect her to do, especially in Texas where it's hot. Overgrown eyebrows are not indicating anything. She can't just pluck them anymore. A puffy face is to be expected. Prison food is basically all salt-based slop, and the chin being slightly different is noteworthy, but can still be explained by angles and lighting. Nobody like Maxwell will look the same after months in prison, fresh haircut or not. This is worth talking about, but it's far from a smoking gun. So the ears on the two photos are different. One photo has low set ears that begin below her eye. The other photo has higher set ears. Just imagine drawing a straight line from earlobe to earlobe. These two pictures do not match up. It says, a woman in the bottom photo has Botox within at least the last 90 days and fresh filler under her eyes, filler swelling visible under her right eye. Either someone is bringing it in and doing it for her, or...
It's crazy when you got the girl in the back, bro, and you got the girl in the back, and you just chilling, and you just doing lives, and I can go back there and chill with her. And
she's leaving and having it done. Could you imagine having your Botox guy visit you in the feds and that being run? So it's like the astronaut who dyed her hair upon returning to Earth. This is incredibly sus and unnatural. It's like they want to make all of us normies believe what she's saying because she looked.
let's see what else they got going on. Let me see. Cut to the chase. Let me see what cut to the chase talking about.
Here's a quick hack on how to unsubscribe from all of your emails at once. It's called Unroll Me, and it allows you to see all of your...
What's up, fam? This your boy, Cut to the Chase TV.
Cut to the Chase TV. That's what we reacted to, Jesus. Yeah. Whatever you talking about with Jesus, that's cool. That's
be sure to hit the like
I
and subscribe
respect
button, and
that.
be sure
Thank
to share this
Appreciate
video.
you.
I got some news for you Negroes today. What the hell is going on with Yellow Beezy? He done lost his damn mind.
It said, do I know any spooky stories that you just couldn't explain? I know a lot.
The Moultrie Murder trial is coming up, so you would think he'd be worried about that. But instead, he got his ass on Facebook talking about a 15-song verses. Recently, Yellow Beezy made a post saying that no rapper in Dallas, Texas can beat him in a 15-song verses.
Somebody said they in the building. I don't know what you're talking about. You in the building? Can't be in my building. Can't be in my building. Yeah, he ain't in my building, bro.
I don't care about that. I disagree with him, but you got a lot on your plate. The police is saying that you had Mo3 killed. High-profile case, a beloved rapper. The streets is talking. The jurors are getting selected. And you on the internet talking about somebody out rap you?
Your daddy should have swallowed you. Your daddy should have swallowed you. Fuck me. Fuck out my motherfucking chat, bitch.
Because I can't afford to blow it. I got a promising rap career. I got a song that's on me, baby, that everybody loves. I steady getting paid for it. If I was on trial, my mama died, it's a possibility I might never see the daylight again. I got a beautiful baby mama, beautiful kids. That's what I'm going to be worried about. So, Yellow Beezy, what the hell is wrong with you, dude? Because I'm going to drop some news, and I hope you clutching your pearls. Because the police is saying they got so much...
Hey, well, I'm about to get out of here.
Evidence against you. They even put together a timeline of events. That's how you know they got some evidence. When the police put a timeline together, and they say this happened because of that happened, and then this happened, on this date that happened. Dude, you cooked. Don't believe me? Take a look at what Yellow Beezy said, and then I'm going to show you this timeline. Boom! This is what Yellow Beezy posted on Facebook.
Alright, y'all can get me in the comment cafe, like, subscribe, share, hit notification. Peace. One.